Good evening, everyone. Welcome to London Mills, Illinois, as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bombers football to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. The coin toss taking place as we speak. 5:45 remaining on the pregame clock. I'm Dwayne Hulett, and Tegan Perry is alongside again tonight. Alex deleted his message. He wanted to know when we were going live. I was going to say, Alex, we're live. But he deleted his message before I had a chance to say something. At any rate, as you can see, it's the Bombers and the Miners. LVC is the Lewistwon, Valley, and Cuba co-op. And we are at Spoon River Valley High School tonight for a Prairieland Conference matchup. These two teams will likely see each other again next year because the co-op makes LVC into the big half of the Prairieland Conference bracket. So they will be up in the upper echelon, so to speak, size-wise in next year's bracket. Both teams will not see South Fulton probably next year and the likes of that. So that's how things will shake out a little bit different next year with the co-ops and the additions and the subtractions and so on. The Bombers will receive. They'll go left to right on your TV screen to open the first half, and the Miners will get the ball in the second half. 4:30 to go here in the pregame. And Tegan, this is a contest that, as they can see on the scoreboard, Bombers come in 6-0, Miners come in 0-6. These two teams opposite ends of the spectrum. Goal for both teams really is to not get anybody hurt in a game like this, right?
Yeah, that's true. With LVC coming into this, they're a very young team. They're restarting their program. And you said that their coach was originally the coach from Bushnell, you said?
Yeah, he's been a coach and a head coach at Bushnell for many years. And he took a year off, I believe, and helped at Lewistwon. And then he came back as the head coach for the last year of 11-man, or last year or two of 11-man, and then the first year of 8-man football as well. But he left to come back to 11-man football, and he's at Lewistwon and really has to rebuild a program that was once a storied program, has kind of dropped a little bit in recent years. And I know that a lot of people talk about, Tegan, the fact that Lewistwon, as the Indians last year when they were at Alex, we do not go live with the JV teams. I'm sorry. The JV team actually, because they're in a Prairieland, I don't know when you played football or if you played football at Macomb, we used to play a JV or sophomore game before the varsity game. Prairieland Conference does not do that, so it's just varsity tonight. But they play JV / fresh soph on Monday nights in the Prairieland Conference, and we are not covering those games at this time. As there come the Bombers running out on the field as they're just about ready to go. Expect to see Braden Holdhouse in the quarterback slot some tonight. But get back to what I was talking about there was some talk that maybe Lewistwon LVC would quit again this year at halftime because of numbers, or they would maybe not want to play this week. But if you know Coach Rodis, you will know that that's not going to happen with him, because he's not a quitter. As now looks like our internet locked up for a second there. But so we're having a little internet issue problems, it looks like. We'll see if that continues to be the case or not. And anyway, Coach Rodis is not going to be one of those coaches that does that. He will most definitely play throughout the game, and he will not back down. And he may not get a win, but his team's going to stay out there and fight, and that's really what we're all about here, right? It's trying to stay the course, get better, improve, and sometimes you're going to take some lumps, and someday hopefully you'll be able to come back and give those in return, right?
Yeah, that's true. Like you said, they have a really, really young program, and they're trying to rebuild a lot from the ground up. And when you have a very experienced head coach like him, who's done a lot of head coaching work throughout his entire life, you have something to build off of there. You can share his experience, and then throughout every year, your teams will slowly get better and better and better. You just gotta play the game right, and you gotta have good game plans against good teams.
So we'll see what happens here tonight. As I was saying, you'll expect to see Braden Holthouse at quarterback some tonight, it sounds like, if the game goes as planned. There is a reason why we play these games, right? You have to get to that point. Bombers have to come out here and do their job that people think they're going to do, and LVC has to come out and try to do their job and prevent that from happening, right?
Yeah, and LVC's job today is to control the front. As we've seen the last couple of games, and especially against Elmwood Brimfield, Macomb's offensive and defensive line hasn't been as great as it has been at the beginning of the year. And we saw that whenever the opposite team controls the front, it seems that the other team just really takes the steering wheel and drives it in their direction. So we're just going to have to see how the front for the LVC do against Macomb's front.
Well, you can tell just by out here. If John shows the front lines of these two teams here real quick, there's the Bombers' front line, and you can see the size difference as they walk onto the field. I mean, the numbers are the same. The sizes are not. That looked like a lot of kids out there. There's only 11, but, man, it looked like a lot of them running across that field.
Yeah, sometimes the bigger the size of the kids, you count 2 of them.
Langdon and others back deep to receive. Langdon Allen.
Set the kickoff for the Miners.
And we're going to try to see numbers here. This program is extremely small.
Back deep to receive for the Bombers.
Jaden Jones, I think, back there, and others. Here comes the kick as we're underway here from Spoon River Valley High School. A fair catch is being called. Drew Watson with the fair catch. It'll be Bombers football. 1st and 10 at about the 37-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Bombers, and we'll see what they do here as the crew comes out. Jack Duncan takes his spot. JT Jeter is out there, and Langdon Allen's out to the far side as well. In the backfield is Max Reiner. Carter Hogue at one tight end spot. Lindsey May is a fullback to the right of Duncan.
Normally when Macomb starts out, they run, but they might try a pass here, so let's see.
And they're going to fake the handoff, go deep right off the bat. JT Jeter is there. He's going to have a sports corner first down, and he would have had a lot more had he not tripped. Side the 40 to the 35.
Down to the Miner 35.
A 25, 28-yard pass play from Duncan to Jeter. And a sports corner first down.
Jack just makes his throws look effortless sometimes. That's all I'll say. And it does really help when you have 2 really good wide receivers in JT Jeter and Langdon Allen, and Jaden Jones as well.
And here we go again. Jaden Jones is going to get the pitch and the handoff, or I should say the forward lateral, and he's going to go all the way to the end zone. A 35-yard touchdown pass for Jaden Jones, and just like that, the Bombers have the lead.
Speaking of Jaden Jones, he just went off there. Great blocking by the offensive line there, really being able to seal the edge right there and give a lane for Jaden to really run through.
So the Bombers draw first blood, and now they're going to go for 2 again. Duncan going to take the snap, going to hand off to Max Reiner. He's going to try to cut it upfield, and he's going to be stopped short. Run no good. So 11:35 to go in quarter number 1. The Bombers draw first blood on a 35-yard touchdown pass from Jack Duncan to Jaden Jones, and it's the shortest pass imaginable. It's all yards after catch.
Yep. I mean, that's the easiest, like you said, it's the easiest pass quarterback can make because it's just floating it up in the air for the wide receiver to catch.
You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, as Arnold Brothers brings Bombers football to the airwaves tonight. This is live from Spoon River Valley High School. We'll take a break and be back in just a couple minutes.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor, and now for pediatrics.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle.
And we're back here. It's going to be Case kicking off deep on the return for LVC, and is and they're going to be a face mask come in for the
Arnett
Bombers.
returns the kickoff to the Miners out to
Arnett
25
on
with
the
a
carry.
marker on the field.
That's Josh Arnett, wears number 7, I believe, on the carry, on the return, I should say. And it's going to be a
Penalty is a personal foul
face mask
Bombers.
against the Bombers. That'll be their first penalty, 15-yard variety. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Miners.
Like we saw last time, Macomb has been, last game, they were really bad with
After
their
the
penalties.
15-yard
Hopefully they
penalty,
can.
1st and 10 for the Miners from their own 41.
1st and 10 from the 41-yard line for the Miners. We did switch internet sources at the break during the commercial, so if there's a little pause there, we'll hope that this one stays a little better. We did bring a couple of different ones with us, knowing we were in a rural area. Back to pass and under pressure initially. Coming to left side, a nice little job of getting into positive territory.
About 2 yards.
Blaine Clary on the carry. See where they mark it. Going to give him a gain of 2. Is going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Miners.
Going, I think that was 4 wide there. It seems that they trust their passing game a lot now, which we haven't really seen against a Macomb defense so far. So we'll have to see how their passing attack does.
Well, LVC is, and Coach Uratis, not known as a passing team probably in the normal, but now they're going to go 5 wide and split everybody out. And Clary back by himself. He's going to go right. Looks for someone to throw to. Nobody there. He's going to try and get outside, and a nice job on the tackle on the far side. That was Lindsey May tracking him down. Clary's going to pick up another yard.
Make it 3rd and 7 for the Miners.
See if they move it. I don't think they ever moved the stick. They ought to move it a little bit, though. It looks like it's farther ahead. We'll give him a gain of a yard. 3rd down and 7. 10-20 remaining here in quarter number 1. As the Miners have looked to pass both times they've dropped back, but have not had any success in doing that. They've ended up running both times. Now the question remains there. Was it designed to be a quarterback keeper, Tegan, you think, or were they looking to throw?
I don't know, because it seems like they're going back in that 5 wide set again. Seems like they want to throw, but
Larry is going to throw this time, and he's going to have it almost picked off. Braden Holthouse was back there.
Gavin Pace falls incomplete. Braden Holthouse on the coverage for the Bombers. It'll be 4th down.
And these numbers for the Miners are hard to read.
really small up front.
It's not very big on the back either. It was number 11. I thought it was number 11. It was the intended receiver, and that was Gavin Pace. And the Miners on to kick now. As 6-0 Bombers, 9:48 to go here in quarter number 1, and the Miners getting ready to punt after their first series. Low line drive punt. Jones is going to have a chance to return as he picks it up on the run, comes right side. Got one man to beat around the corner. He beats Pace to the corner. Now he's going to cut it back inside. He's going to go across the 40, breaks a tackle. Down inside the 30. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Jaden Jones, and he picks that up at about the 32-yard line. I'm going to say a 68-yard punt return for a touchdown for Jaden Jones.
So what you're saying is we might have another hat trick on our hands?
We could have. That's another touchdown for the Bombers. Jaden Jones has touched the ball twice and has got 2 touchdowns. Bombers going to go for 2 here.
Good blocking by the return team. A lot of people really don't notice that, but all it takes is the blocking from the return team to really get the guy back in the end zone.
In motion, it's
Langdon Allen.
Was it Allen that time?
Yep.
It was Langdon Allen. No
Carry
good.
by Langdon Allen is good.
Oh, it is good. He got in.
9:28 remaining in the first. Bombers 14, Miners 0.
9:28. 68. Number 3, a 68-yard punt return. And that's technically another pass at Langdon Allen. And it's 14-0. Bombers have the lead. We'll take a break and be back here in just a moment on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Actually, I fibbed to you. We're going to keep it right here. This game being brought to you by Western Illinois University. At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in because purple stands out. At WIU, there is limitless potential with campuses in Macomb, Quad Cities, and online. Visit www.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out. This game also being brought to you by McDonough District Hospital. Our athletic trainers and MDH Rehabilitation Center with locations in Bushnell, Macomb provide expert help to Bomber student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. And Ian Case back on to kick off again as he's going to look to kick it deep, I would imagine.
I assume so. Normally when they do those pooch kicks, they put on Langdon Allen. That's a bomb deep downfield.
That's going to be Arnett again on the carry. Nope, it's not Arnett. It's Pace on the carry, and he's dropped down again deep in Miners territory. Look, they're going to mark it right at the 20. 1st and 10 Miners at the 20-yard line. 9:22 to go here in quarter number 1. Tyler Cummings is joining us again tonight, so we appreciate that. Not a whole lot of stats just yet. 2 offensive plays and 2 touchdowns. One was on a punt return, though. As we get ready to go here, second possession for LVC. BT. He's calling him BT.
Yep.
That's what we like to hear.
The nickname's sticking.
And there on the far side, Arnett on the carry. Max Reiner came up with the football, but they're going to say Arnett was down. Ethan Ladd was there on the tackle.
No gain.
We're going to get it back to the – nope, they're going to move it back here. Let's see where they move it back to. A loss of 4, going to bring up second down and 14 for the Miners.
Seems like they're trying to see what all is going to work against this Macomb defense right now.
And full house blitz, and Clary's going to get outside the blitz. He's got some running room. He's going to go close to a gain of T, and he's going to close to 10. We'll see where they mark it at here. The announcer is not giving him as much. I'm going to call it 9, a gain of 9, 3rd down and 6. Well, they do have that back farther than it. We're pretty low here again tonight, so announcer's probably right. 8 on the carry, gain of, so it's 3rd down and 7.
Clary ran the bootleg perfectly on that play. The offensive line sucked in the entire defensive line and even got the cornerback as well, leaving only Ian Case to run up and catch up to Clary right there.
They brought the house that time, did the Bombers, and he got outside of it and made a good gain. Clary now is going to keep it and be hit in the backfield. He's going to make a pitch. He's going to get the throw off. Not the most advised throw, but they gain a couple. McAllister's going to go for.
That'll make it 4th and long.
Go for a few yards more than they would have had if Clary would have held on to it. He's going to lose about 6. It's going to bring up 4th down and 13. And another punt coming for LVC.
It's really hard to go up against this Macomb defense sometime, as we've seen all year.
Yeah, the Bombers' defense is tough.
Low kick right there.
Try to keep that out of the hands of Jones and Langdon Allen that time. And it's going to be blown dead in Miners territory at about the 41-yard line. It'll be Bombers 1st and 10 at the Miners 41-yard line. As the Bombers having their way this far. Booger-boo tippy toes, right? BT.
Yep.
Langdon Allen, for those of you who weren't with us last week. I do like the BT nickname, though. Yeah. Maybe they'll stick. Thanks, Tyler. Jack Duncan going to throw it again. He's going to go deep downfield. Wide open is BT, and he's going to go in for a 41-yard touchdown pass.
Jack Duncan's pass
and reception.
To Langdon Allen for the Bomber touchdown.
And Jack Duncan is 3 for 3 for 104 yards to 3 different receivers. And I kind of feel like, I could be wrong here, kind of feel like that, and I didn't even take the touchdown thing off, Tyler. It's your job to remind me of that. kind of feel like the Bombers are going to get this score opened early and then get the starters out of the game. There's the pitch this time to
JT Jeter.
It is Jeter, and he's going to get the pass for the 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion run is good by Jack Beal.
I mean,
with 7:33 remaining in the first, Bombers
JT Jeter.
Against the score.
See if I got the score right. I do. 22-0. Bombers lead. We'll take a break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH right after this.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
And welcome back here as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling presents Bombers Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, live from Spoon River Valley High School in rural London Mills, Illinois. I'm Dwayne Hulett, taking Perry alongside. John Burton is alongside on camera tonight. He's got 4 sweatshirts, a pair of gloves. I think he just stole his girlfriend's gloves, but I'm not real sure. Just one of it. You stole. So you guys have mismatched pairs of gloves now?
oh my.
Ah, John's taking one for the team, a lighter glove so that he can zoom a little better for you folks at home. And Case getting ready to kick off again, a little scrub kick, and it's going to be recovered by the
Kickoff is recovered.
Miners, number 55, Dylan McMillan. And it'll be Miners football at their own 44, 1st and 10, 7:32 to go in the first quarter. It's 22-0. And Tyler says he'll try to do better. Well, I appreciate that, Tyler. Somebody has to keep track of what's going on here. Like, Lord knows I haven't been doing it.
I don't think that was necessarily one of those typical squib kicks that they do, because it seemed like he was wanting back to kick it far, but he just hit the ball at the wrong angle.
Missed it a little, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's like I do when I golf. Miss it just a little and kick it off the toe of the club. Going to be a handoff to Arnett, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield. Ladd and friends are there. Looks like Ian Case was there as well.
Loss of a couple on the play.
And Holthouse.
Take a 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 on a loss of 2 for Arnett. 7:10 remaining here in the first quarter. Langdon Allen's probably going to hate us if he finds out we're calling him BT. His sister apparently is loving it, so that's what matters, right?
That's all that matters. Hey, if we say it enough, it'll stick.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. A full moon almost tonight, and here we go. 2nd down and 12 for the Miners. Clary's going to hand off right side. It's going to come back to the middle, and there's really nothing going on at all for LVC at this point. Arnett on to carry again. Meredith and others
on the tackle for the
Bombers on the stop.
Down.
Loss of 2 more. It's going to be 3rd down and 14.
I mean, I'd go with the bootleg again. It seems that you really draw it off the line, and if you can get past that, you got to beat their defenders.
You want to come up here and do this? Are you sure? Bombers coaches are up here with us. I think they can just do this for us. There's Arnett on the completion. He's dropped down at the line of scrimmage, though. Maybe they're going to move it back another yard. Actually, they're going to move it back. Yeah, we'll give him 2 yards on the negative 2 yards on the pass. This could bring up 4th and 16, and the Miners are going to have to punt again. The Bombers coaching staff was so quiet up here, I didn't even know they were here.
I've known they were here the entire time. I just didn't want to tell you.
Oh, I don't know.
You're a forgetful guy.
I know. I just didn't pay very close attention. There's the punt. It's going to be Jeter. And he's going to be brought down in by number 52 on the stop. That is Caden Shago. Brings Jeter down at the 49-yard line of the Miners. third possession, second time they've started in Miners territory. Well, yeah, third. It's kind of their fourth possession, but Jaden Jones took the punt return back 68 yards. Hey, Coach Zerillo, did you hear him say how many yards they gave him on the punt return? I put it 68.
I think that's. I heard what you said,
Okay. Okay, I like the way you think, Coach. I appreciate it. Duncan still in. Reiner hasn't got a carry yet, has he? And there's a fake snap. I think
False start against the Bombers.
Ladd moved the ball and didn't snap it, didn't he? Didn't let loose of it? I'm not real sure what happened there. A 5-yard penalty for the Bombers.
I think that's a false start, everyone but the center there.
20 yards in penalties for the Bombers. Duncan's going to try it again. Here goes Jeter in motion. Everybody's going to be left side. Handoff's going to go to Reiner. Reiner's got some running room. He's going to go bounce it outside. Now he's going to cut it back in. Runs over one Miner. And the ball comes out. And if anything has been a problem for Reiner this year, that has been it. And the Miners are going to pick it up. Reiner's going to go for a gain of, where do they mark it at here? I'm going to give him a gain of 19 on the carry, but he gets the fumble.
Miners take over 1st and 10 from their own 28.
1st and 10 Miners, their own 28-yard line.
You know, when they teach when you're running the ball, you got to hold it in tight. I think that one he was trying to reach out for more yards and it just popped out. That's just sometimes how the way the ball falls.
Ball security is an important thing. That's the third fumble for him. And I think in the last 3 weeks, actually, had a fumble against Farmington, had a fumble against Elmwood last week, and had another fumble here tonight against LVC. Yeah. Clary going to take the snap, drops back, looks left, rolls right. He's under pressure, and he's going to be dropped down in the backfield. Who is that over there?
Lindsey May.
Lindsey May, a big defensive play for last year's leading tackler for the Bombers. Lindsey May, he's kind of came to life here in the last game or so. An 11-yard loss brings up second down and 21 for the Miners.
Like we said earlier, the way that you have to beat this Bomber team is through this defense. Because as you've seen there, if you can make some stops on offense, but if you can't get past that defense, it's going to be a tough day.
You know, I just realized that the Bombers have 22 points, and they've only scored one, or they only have one Sports Corner first down. They have 3 Tom Conklin State Farm touchdowns, but 1 first down. Oh. And Clary's going to roll out, looks left, and he finds Arnett incomplete, wide left, and he wanted Carter Hogue on the pass interference, but no such luck. Clock stops, 3:59 to go in the first quarter. It's 3rd down and 21 for the Miners from deep in their own territory. It's like about the 16-yard line or so. So it's going to be 3rd and long again. And they've been throwing the ball almost predominantly here. Their run game, the couple times they ran it, has not been very successful either.
Well, it's just game plan. They might think passing the ball gives them a better chance to succeed than running.
Larry looks right, intercepted by Hogue. Hogue's got a chance for a touchdown, and he's got one. A 20-yard interception return for a Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown.
You said that it was intercepted before it was even intercepted.
Well,
are you a psychic?
He was there, and I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Carter Hogue, a 20-yard interception return for a touchdown with 3:50 remaining.
I read the route well, and he ran it in. Nothing more than that. It's one of the best qualities you can have as a cornerback. If you can read routes well and jump in front of them, you're going the other way for 6.
Duncan going to pitch it this time to BT, and he's in for another, and then he gets thrown down late.
Yep, they got the flag.
Did they get the flag?
Yeah, he threw it.
For the 2-point conversion for the Bombers.
BT, I don't think they did have a flag, actually. He didn't throw it. 7-82. pass. Those are about as short of passes as you can have, folks, but it is another touchdown for the Bombers.
I think Jack only really has one deep throw today, and that was to that the Jaden Jones. I think it was to the BT touchdown pass. So
yeah, well then Jaden Jones was a short one, but it went for a long ways.
Yeah.
JT Jeter had a long one down the right sideline too.
Yeah.
On the first play. So it's 30-0 Bombers. First quarter, 3:50 remaining. We'll play a quick commercial, and we'll be back as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bombers Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to Spoon River Valley High School in London Mills, Illinois. LVC hosting the Macomb High Bombers, 30-0. First quarter action, 3:50 remaining in the first 15 minutes. Ian Case back on the kick. Kicking from the 45. There was a 15-yard penalty, as Tegan said, and that's going to be a kick to the goal line. Dropped, picked up, and deep in their own territory.
Gavin Pace returns the kickoff.
Gavin Pace, number 11, on the return. And it's going to be inside the 10 or right about the 10, I do believe. We'll see where they mark it. Looks like it's going to be at the 9. First and 10 at the 9-yard line for LVC. 3:43 remaining here in quarter number 1.
It'll be first and 10 for the Miners from their own 9-yard line.
got to control that front if you're LVC. As we saw, the play that they got positive yards, they took the offensive line away, so they need to start doing that a lot more today.
So they packed it in a little bit more. Full house backfield now behind the pistol formation. Low snap, handoff. Be brought down quickly. Ladd on the stop again.
McAllister, the ball carrier.
McAllister on the carry.
Right on the tackle for the Bombers. Loss of about 5 on the play. I think a second and 15.
Second and 15 from the 4. And the 4 could be 5. Could be, it's not 3. Could be the 5. But we're going to call it the 4.
I think it's the 4.
And the running backs are at the goal line or farther back now for LVC, as they're going to send one wide out far, one near.
If you're going to throw, now's the time.
Handoff quick up the middle. No, it was Clary. He kept it. No, it wasn't Clary. It was McAllister.
Short loss on the play. Make it 3rd and long for the Miners.
A loss of 1. It's going to bring up 2nd and 16 from the 3. Or 3rd and 16 from the 3.
Yep.
Bombers are just flat dominating.
It's
right up the middle they come. Trying to get some positive yardage, and I think they do that time. Ethan Ladd and others on to stop. Lindsey May gets up off the pile. Meredith is down there as well, I believe.
Luke's his father.
Nope. I know. That's why I laughed with myself when I said it.
Miners. No gain on the play. They'll bring up 4th down.
Jaden Kelch, number 41, had been number 50. No gain. 4th down and long from inside the 5 for the LVC Miners. Malachi Butler Grissom was down at the bottom of that pile as well for the Bombers. High kick this time. Going to drop and take a Bomber bounce. Downed. At the, holy smokes, they even get out to the 20?
About the 18.
18-yard line. First and 10 Bombers at the 18.
Got to keep in mind, though, he was also on the way back of the end zone, so.
looked like it was going farther than that, but like you said, he was kicking from negative yardage essentially.
Yeah.
So.
He's kicking from -9 yards.
Still Duncan and crew, all the starters still in here. 1:26 remaining in the first quarter. Bombers. And they're going to go to the wheel route, and it's going to be a touchdown pass to J.T. Jeter. An 18-yard touchdown pass to J.T. Jeter, a Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown to Jeter. And the Bombers have another play and another touchdown. That's an 18-yarder. Shortest completion of the night. Jeter gets his second catch. 46 yards receiving.
Yeah.
1:26 remaining. Duncan's going to roll left this time, and he's going to get ran out of bounds. No good on the run.
Business decision.
You very well could be right. He made the business decision just to run out of bounds instead of taking some extra contact, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
7-21, 18-yard touchdown.
2-point conversion is no good. Bryson Ferguson with the stop for the Miners.
Run failed.
With 1:26 remaining in the first quarter. Bombers 36.
36-0 Bombers. And we'll tell you this game is being brought to you tonight by Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.lbsellscars.com to check out their inventory. And Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Since 1960, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales, service, and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local Carrier dealer today at 309-833-2852 and find out how Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling delivers 365 days of indoor comfort.
Gavin Pace and Brennan Grove back deep to receive again for the Miners.
So the Miners back deep to receive one more time here. It's 1:26 to go in quarter number one. And the Bombers lead 36-0. Kick deep down the middle of the field. Trying to see who that was back there.
Number 2.
Grove. Yep. Jay Skinner.
Denzel Cochran with the tackle.
Looks like out there about the 23 where it'll be 1st and 10.
Couldn't see the number, what number that was for the Miners on the kick return, but it's going to be 1st and 10 outside the 20 at about the 23-yard line.
Yeah.
22 or 23-yard line, 1st and 10 Miners. Clock says 1:19 in the first quarter.
They're going back to passing.
Clary, and whistle's blown. Play is stopped.
Penalty marker on the field.
I think a wide receiver wasn't set there. Oh, no.
It'll be a false start against the Miners.
It is a false start against the Miners. That's on your clipboard, buddy.
Yeah. I was going to say, normally when it's the side judge over there, I thought it was going to be, wide receiver wasn't set when the ball was snapped, but.
Saw somebody moving early. Clary back again. 2 near, 3 wide. Empty backfield. Downfield pump fake. And he should have probably thrown it. He's dropped in the backfield. Back there is Ethan Ladd.
Backfield by Ethan Ladd.
Clary, it comes out to tell one of his receivers that you need to.
Looks like about 2nd and 18 for the Miners.
A loss of 8, 2nd and 18 for Clary. As Ladd dropped him for another sack. It's 45 seconds remaining. Clary came over, talked to Coach Roddice. He'll go back in with the play. at least one more play here
Yep.
in the first quarter. Bombers lead 36-0. Not a whole lot you can talk about in a game like this, folks. The Bombers are literally doing everything they want. The only downside has been Max Reiners ran for 19 yards, but at the end of the run, he fumbled the ball. That's the only downfall for the Bombers. It was recovered by LVC. Clary goes right. He's got a wide open receiver cutting across the middle. The ball comes out. They're going to call him down. Pass was completed to number 21, Tristan Dawkins. That's going to be a nice gain. Up close to a first down. Yeah, not as close as I thought. 13 yards on the carry. We'll give him 13. 13 yards. It's going to bring up third down and 5. Long 5. It's really probably 6. But that'll be the end of the first quarter of play. We'll take a break. Here as Arnold Brothers brings Bombers Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
And welcome back here to Spoon River Valley High School as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bombers Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I wanted to check on John because I wanted to make sure he wasn't frozen to the ground. He hadn't turned the camera left all night long, and this is the first chance he's really doing it, so I wanted to make sure he was okay over there during the commercial break. Here's the pitch, running room left side, or right side for the Miners. Ladd comes up to make another stop.
McAllister, the ball carrier for the Miners.
And Lindsey May as well.
Picks up about 4
McAllister
yards.
got
Make it
4. It's
4th and 1.
4th and 1. And probably a first down attempt you go for here if you're LVC, I would imagine. Clary's going to take the play back in, and they'll try to get the first down. It's 4th and 1 at about the 32-yard line.
I mean, just have fun at this point.
This will be the first down, and what's comical about that, folks, is if they can get this first down, they will have as many first downs as the Bombers. That's hard to believe when it's a 36-0 game, isn't it?
Big plays.
Clary going to take the snap from the pistol formation. He calls. They didn't blow the whistle. Now they're going to blow it. What do they?
I think it's false start.
It should have been offsides on the Bombers. It was a late flag, but it should have been offsides. Oh, they're calling false start on LVC.
I told you.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Poor LVC.
Yeah. I mean,
every game all year, that's been offsides on the other team.
Yeah.
And tonight they make LVC punt the ball. Holy smokes.
The only thing I can say there is the ref just didn't see it.
Here's the punt. Nope, fake punt. Pass is complete, a first down. Great fake punt. Arnett on the it's a first down from the 32 out across the 40 to the 44-yard line, a 12-yard pass completion. Actually, no, that's not right. It was from the 37 to the 44. So a 17-yard pass completion.
And that was from the punter?
No, it was from Clary. The quarterback was the punter.
Oh.
So, yeah, from the punter, but it's Clary. He'll take the play in. First down of the game for LVC, and they've got just as many as the Bombers do. Bombers have 1 Sports Corner first down, but they have 5 Tom Conklin State Farm touchdowns. Left side, handoff's going to go to McAllister. Ball's out.
There's a flag.
I think the Bombers have it.
There's a flag. I don't think that's I think
it was a beanbag.
Recovered by the Bombers.
It was a beanbag, I think, not a flag. He picked it up.
Oh,
McAllister fumbles it. They throw a beanbag when there's a fumble.
Right. I think I don't know. I guess my eyes just wanted to deceive me today.
It's going to be 1st and 10 Bombers at the 40-yard line.
That was
10:07 to go in the second quarter.
That was a gain of 3 yards, you said, in a fumble?
Well, actually, he lost yardage. So we'll just forget about it. Call it no gain.
It'll be 1st and 10 from Macomb from the minor.
You're the boss.
Loss of 4, technically. But handoff's going to go to Cochran. He's got some running room on the left side. He cuts it upfield. Breaks one tackle, bounces off. A nice stop after a sports corner first down. Oh, they're going to call a hold on the Bombers. No gain. Well, we'll see where they mark it at here. See where they mark the penalty from. So it's a 2-yard gain for Cochran and a 10-yard penalty for the Bombers.
Penalty on the field.
Should bring up 1st down and 18 for MHS. There's going to be another sports corner first down. Then it wasn't.
Sports corner is sad right now.
Yeah, they got it set anyway, so that's what it's all about. Sports corner first downs and Tom Conklin State Farm touchdowns. And Bombers have had a lot of the Tom Conklin State Farm touchdowns tonight.
Yeah.
Not very many sports corner first downs, though. A lot of sports corner kills the other night at the Bombers Q&D game, though. Cochran's going to go around right side this time. He's got a lot more running room. He's to another first down, breaks a tackle down deep inside the 20-yard line. So he's going to go from the 48.
Down inside the 20. It'll be 1st and 10.
He's going to get at least 28 on the carry. It's a sports corner first down. We'll see where they mark it.
I think it might be at the 13.
He's got 30 yards, 34 yards on the carry for Cochran. And a sports corner first down. Duncan, handoff to Cochran again. This time he's going to go left side, gets outside one would-be tackler. Now he's going to slide up inside of another, and he's going to go inside the 10.
Cochran, the ball carrier for the Bombers again.
Close to a sports corner first down, but he's going to be short. He is inside the 10, but it looks like a gain of about 7. We'll call it a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3.
Like a 2nd and 3 for
Normally this is where they go into their red zone passing game, where they send JT out on a fake to go inside and then run out. So
I don't know. I don't think maybe I'm wrong, but I think Cochran's in there. He's going to run the football, and he gets a run right up the middle. Nope, he's going to bounce it outside. He's got some running room inside the 5, and a nice big hit there. But a sports corner first down. Cochran cooked one right in the chops there. Can't see what number that was. Ferguson and McAllister came up to make the stop. It's a sports corner first down. Cochran with the run.
First down. That'll make it 1st and goal for the Bombers.
3 yards to go.
So from the 13, from the 8, we'll give him 5. Give him 6 yards. 1st and goal at the 2.
Yep.
Duncan, Cochran, going to get the handoff. He's going to go up the middle, and he stopped. .49 yards, and see if they move the down stick any.
I think he gained a yard on that.
I'm going to give him no gain. 2nd down and goal at the 2. Bombers trying to run some clock here, folks. You wonder what maybe they wouldn't normally do. This scenario of plays in this situation, as Tegan said, but when you're up 36-0 and it's just not even halfway through the second quarter, Cochran's going to run outside and he's going to walk it into the end zone. Denzel Cochran, a 2-yard touchdown run. He's got 51 yards on 6 carries. It's 42-0. Bombers lead, and we'll have running clock the entire second half unless something happens here at the end of this half. 7:29 to go. First half. Duncan's going to throw right side. He's got JT Jeter wide open, and he makes the catch.
Like I said, I knew they were going to do it eventually. Whenever that happens, JT goes in, out, and then just turns towards the sideline.
So with 7:19 to go in the first half, the Bombers lead 44-0. This game being brought to you tonight by the Old Dairy, located at 210 South Lafayette Street in Macomb, serving soup, salad, sandwiches, homemade dessert, Blue Bunny ice cream, and a full-service coffee bar. Breakfast served all day and free Wi-Fi as well. Visit them online at www.olddairymacomb.com. Call 837-6700 for your takeout. And Sports Corner at 124, Macomb's original local sports bar is Sports Corner at 124. With a focus on local sports, catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb.
It's always nice to see the home fans having a good time.
Case set to kick off for the Bombers.
Tyler Cummins says football or touchdowns on the screen, and I'd already taken off. He goes, disregard, you were on it. So Tyler's having fun watching from home. We appreciate that. Everybody tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Ian Case to kick again. That's a nice kick deep to the left side. It's going to bounce at about the 20, and it's going to be covered up there as Pace had to cover it up. He came up to pick it up, and it kind of bounced away from him, and it's going to be 1st and 10 right at the 20-yard line for the Miners. They trail 44-0, 7:16 to go in the first half.
I'll say this: returning kicks isn't as easy as it looks.
How many kicks have you returned?
I have returned a kick once from up front. Like I said, it's always nice to see the home team have some fun over here. It's always nice.
Clary talking to one of his up-backs. Going to take the snap, fake the handoff, rolls left, looks downfield. Going to get hit as he throws. Not real sure why. Got good connection and good internet.
I blame John.
But a timeout is – sorry about that, folks. Not sure what happened there. Had a little internet issue. I looked down and our OBS was or actually I looked down and our chat was disconnected and then looked at OBS. So not sure what was going on there. It's 44-0, timeout on the field. Charged to the Bombers. As Duncan was back in, Holthouse went for a gain of 1 when he took the direct snap. Kind of thought we might see him at quarterback the rest of the way, but he came right out after one play. Looks like most of the starting offensive line is still in there.
Yep.
So we'll see what the Bombers are going to do here. 2nd and 9 for MHS from the 38-yard line of LVC as the officials are huddled up, except for Dave Hasley. Dave Hasley is the back judge, and he's back there hanging out all by his lonesome. That's pretty much where he stays. He's always hanging out alone in the back. I mean, that's where he stays when he's the back judge, of course. Not.
True.
So here we go.
Might not be a very –
be kind of lonely back there.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
No, you get players passing by sometimes.
2 wides, far side. Handoff's going to go to Benson. He's going to run it around right side. Connor Benson, a spin move in the backfield, and he's going to go for a positive gain of about 4 yards or so. Connor Benson's going to get the carry.
Bishop,
sorry. You had to look and make sure I was right, didn't you?
No, I knew you were right. I just wanted to make sure.
Or make sure you were right, I mean. You knew I was wrong.
I knew you were wrong. I just
wanted to make sure before you pointed it out. Yeah. Connor Bishop, not Benson. Know what I mean, not what I say.
Yeah.
It's one of those deals.
The Bishop goes sideways.
Yeah.
And that's one.
Is that a chess analogy?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know how to play chess, but I picked up on it. I knew what you were talking about. Yeah. Duncan throws right side. It's it's JT Jeter over there, and he's breaking some tackles and breaking some more tackles. He's going to have a sports corner first down.
I guess if Connor's a bishop, then JT's a queen because he can go everywhere.
Is that how you're going to do? You're going to use those analogies all night long now?
Nah. I have my team.
I don't think JT's going to like being the queen though. First and 10. As they start the clock just outside the 10, it would appear, at about the 13-yard line.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll call it first and 10 to 13. JT, or from the 12, excuse me. How long was that pass? From the 39, 5, 34, they're down to the 12.
Probably
22 yards.
Yeah.
Duncan back in again. In motion goes Jones, pitches it to him, round right side, or left side, and he's going to go in for a touchdown. 12-yard touchdown pass. Jaden Jones.
Well, he got his hat trick.
Yeah, he did. 2 catches, 47 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Jaden Jones.
Is that so? Well, I guess we found our weird hat trick trifecta again.
Yeah, you always find one, don't you?
Yeah.
156 yards on 6 passes for Duncan. So with 4:38 remaining, Bombers are up 50-0. And a flag has had too many people in the huddle.
Number 3,
Maybe
Jake
we
Jones.
didn't have too many people in the huddle. The official's going to pick up the flag now. Nope. He is going to wave the flag off and keep going.
Did it wave back?
The Bombers thought they had too many people on the field, which got the official to think they had too many players in the huddle. And then they didn't have too many players in the huddle, so then they stopped the clock to figure out what was going on. Duncan, handoff, Reiner. And the run is good. Max Reiner gets the 2-point conversion run. 4:38 remaining in the second quarter. 12-yard pass from Duncan to Jones. Reiner the run. And it's 52-0 Bombers.
You said the ref waved the flag, correct?
He picked up the flag and waved it off.
Well, did you wave back to him?
I did. I waved back at him. He didn't see me, though. I'm in the dark. We're going to take a quick break here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, and we'll be back in just a few seconds.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and they care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
And welcome back to Spoon River Valley High School in London Mills, Illinois, as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling is bringing Bombers sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 52-0, 4:38 to go in the second quarter. Bombers lead over LVC.
Grove and Pace back deep to receive for the Miners.
Ian Case on to kick again for the Bombers. Pace and friends back to receive for the Miners.
That's
nice kick right down the middle of the field. We picked up over there.
Tackled by a swarm of Bombers. That
a whole host of Bombers there.
Grove,
Lindsay May, Grove on the carry, on the return. Lindsay May and others are there, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Miners outside the 20 at about the 22-yard line. And that's where they'll start this series.
You know, I talked with Lindsay a couple times, just mostly about how he thinks the team's doing, and he's brought up a couple times saying, hey, why am I not getting mentioned a lot? And I said, make some plays. Well, I guess today he decided, you know what, I want them to say my name a couple
I want
times.
my name said a little bit more, and he's done a good job today for sure. He's been all over the place. That's what happens when you're a good linebacker, right? You can get out there and make some noise, and he's been able to do that today.
Yeah.
Low snap picked up by Clary. He's going to roll right, looks downfield. Looking, throws short. He's out of the pocket, and it's going to lob it about 15 yards downfield. It's incomplete, nobody in the area, but no intentional grounding, and it's 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass. You keeping incompletions on there?
Yeah, I have been. Don't worry.
I don't think you are.
I have been. He's thrown 7 times.
He's thrown more than 7. Did you put the interceptions on there?
Yeah.
He's thrown more than 7 times, hasn't he?
No, he's thrown about 7.
He's tried to throw more than that then.
Yeah.
He's got 3 interceptions, right?
He has 2, not
2?
3.
Oh, my bad. I apologize. Got my phones out for light. They're going to, sure there was some gain, wasn't there? That's out farther than I thought it was. That's the reason why. They're actually at about the 24-yard line, and it's no gain on the play. No, they're not. I don't know. We're so low here, folks. I apologize. They are about the 22-yard line, it looks like, and there goes our service again. So it is 3rd down and still 10 yards to go for the Miners.
They're probably going to be passing here. I mean, I wouldn't expect them to go 4 wide and run.
Clary back to pass. Reiner gives pressure. Another pick. This time it's Jaden Jones again. He's got running room down the right side, and he's going to hesitate, then roll right again. 20-yard line. Cuts it back in. 15, 20, or 10, excuse me, and he's going to be brought down finally as I was going 15, 20. I was trying to count money instead of giving it away.
That air horn is getting me off guard a bunch.
He's making you jump. Jaden Jones on the interception.
Inside the 10 before he's brought down by Jaden Kelch for the Miners.
From about the 45-yard line down inside the 10 to be 1st and goal. See where John zooms in a little bit. I can see where the ball is maybe.
Yeah.
On demand. See how good he is right there, folks? Yeah, it didn't help that much, I guess.
Wow.
Too far away for the angle to help. We're going to say at the 6. Oh, they're saying the 5. Okay, we'll say 1st and goal at the 5. And start the clock. Actually, don't start the clock on a change of possession. Late player coming in for the Bombers. Holdhouse is back at the quarterback spot. Cochran, is that Cochran or Bishop? I can't tell.
That's Bishop.
It is Bishop over there. And Bishop's going to get the fake. Holdhouse is going to keep it. Runs around left side. He's going to be close, and he's going to try and go for the touchdown. He reached. And see what they say. Nope, he's short.
On the keeper for the Bombers.
A gain of
7.
4.
For the Miners.
3.
It'll be 2nd and goal.
Give him a gain of 3.
I thought he was out at the 1 over there, but
he's got 2 carries for 7 yards.
I think he's staying back in there, Jack.
Yep, he is going to stay in now. 52-0, 3:17 clock running here in the first half. Holdhouse in at quarterback. First time he's been in at quarterback. Barkley had been playing the second halves of these games, but Brayton Holdhouse comes in to play here today against LVC, the Miners, a first-year co-op, official first-year co-op. Holdhouse going to keep it. He rolls right. Now he rolls up inside. He's going to be close to a touchdown. He's in for a touchdown, a 2-yard touchdown run. 3 carries, 9 yards, including a touchdown. Still not a Sports Corner first down, but it is a Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown with 2:52 to go. And they're approaching that all-time record for scoring.
What was it again? 70?
62.
62? Oh.
Yeah. So they are at 58 now after the Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown.
Coach Horrell is saying to split it up over there.
Holdhouse looking to throw left side, and it's incomplete. Good defensive play there.
2-point conversion broken up by Bryson Ferguson for the Miners.
Ferguson breaks it up, intended for Jones. Pass is no good. We'll take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in just a couple seconds.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me.
So we'll try to switch to another internet source here and see what happens. So our last home game, you might have heard him say in the background, and he's just excited to be here.
Yep.
And can't beat that, right?
It's football. Everyone should be having fun. No matter what, if you're winning or losing, it's all about having fun. At the end of the day, you play to win the game, and you play to have fun in the game.
And now he's down at this end doing the same thing. He switched ends. Trust me, I've seen worse, he says.
I wonder if we should get him up here.
No, definitely not.
Fair enough.
Hey, John could get him on camera, though, at some point here. That young man right there, folks, having a good time, even though his team is losing. There's the kickoff. It's going to go left side. And it's bobbled, picked up, and brought down. John is skilled right there. He was showing the crowd and went out and found the football instantly. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Miners. 2:45 to go in the first half. It's 58-0. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line, 23-yard line, give or take a little bit. So it's a lot left to do here for the Bombers, as we'll have a whole second half of football action yet to come. It will be a running clock in the second half. So that's a good thing if you're both of these squads, I think.
Yeah.
Handoff, dropped in the backfield. Reiner and Meredith back there on the stop.
On the play. Make a second long.
That's
big loss. All the way, give him a loss of 10.
Quentin McAllister.
Yeah, loss of 10. 2nd down and 20. They're tackling the backfield.
That's a loss of 10 again.
It'll be 3rd and long.
3rd and long, a loss of another 10. We're about 3rd and 30.
Yep.
And it's major issues for the Miners now, as they're back about the 5-yard line. They say 25, and they might be, I think it's somewhere between 25 and 30, actually. Maybe 27, 28 yards.
Yeah. I think they're just going to wait to take time out.
Clock running down to 1 minute mark here. And timeout's going to be called by Coach Rodis and crew. 50
timeout LVC.
Some seconds left. We'll take a break as well and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in just a couple seconds.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
And welcome back here to Spoon River Valley High School as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bombers Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 58-0, first half action. And other games here on our Hulett PubliPro LLC YouTube channel. TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH is offering coverage of West Prairie at Peoria Heights in 8-man stuff.
Yeah. Bushnell's playing tonight, aren't they?
Bushnell does not play till tomorrow. And finally blowing the whistle for the start of this. Game being brought to you by Tom Conklin State Farm, face-to-face, over the phone, by email, or text. You choose how you do business with Tom Conklin State Farm, Macomb. You can reach them at 309-837-1200 or visit them online at www.macombsf.com. Better yet, stop in and get a quote today at 1221 West Jackson Street in Macomb. Clary to throw. Got a receiver. Open. Got to have some running room. Is that McAllister?
Yep, that's McAllister.
And they're going to throw a penalty.
Complete to McAllister.
A penalty marker down.
There is a penalty marker on the field.
I think Reiner gets the tackle and then is going to get the little extracurricular roll afterwards, I do believe.
Personal foul, face mask against the Bombers.
Third penalty for 35 yards.
Is that added on after the end of the play?
It is.
And that was a gain of 18, they said?
Yeah, sure. So this brings up 3rd and 8. Kind of a manageable third down now.
Yep.
Not an automatic first down on a penalty.
Penalty, you'll take it out to about the 25, where it'll be 3rd and 8 for the Miners.
3rd and 8 from the 25-yard line. Clock is running, 40 seconds remaining here in the first half. Clary back in the shotgun. One's back to his right. He's going to look downfield, find somebody in the flat. Big stick over there by BT.
Complete to Gavin Pace.
Langdon Allen on the stop. Pace with the catch. Gain of
about 6 yards.
6 will be 4th and 2 for the Miners. What was that?
I was going to say, I think they're probably going to drain out the rest of the clock. Oh.
That'll be the end of the first half of play. Bombers lead.
And online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
And welcome back here to Spoon River Valley High School. Bombers up 58-0 at the half as we get ready. Langdon Allen has 1 catch for 41 yards and a touchdown. JT Jeter has 3 catches for 68 yards and a touchdown. And Jaden Jones has 2 catches for 47 yards and 2 touchdowns. What do you have for stats for LVC? We won't talk too much about them because I know they're not very good, but
I'll say that Josh Ronette has 2 catches for 15 yards. Tristan Dawkins has 1 catch for 13 yards. Blaine Clearly has 11 pass attempts for 6 completions with 55 yards.
Scoring plays look like this. 11:35 mark of the first quarter. Jeter connected with Jaden Jones on a little shovel pass for a 35-yard touchdown. Run failed. It was 6-0. At 9:28 mark, Jaden Jones picked off Clary, went 68 yards for a pick 6. No, that was the punt return, excuse me. The punt return was the 68-yard punt return, and it was Duncan to BT, Langdon Allen, on the pass. It was 14-0. 7:32 to go. Duncan completed the pass to Langdon Allen for 41 yards. He then completed a 2-point conversion pass to Jeter, and it was 22-0. Then it was Connor Hogue with a 20-yard interception return for a touchdown to pick 6 with 3:50 to go in the first quarter. Duncan completed the 2-point conversion pass to Langdon Allen, and it was 30-0. With 1:26 remaining in the first quarter, Duncan completed a pass to JT Jeter for 18 yards. It was a good. The run failed. It was 36-0. Moving into the second quarter, 7:29 to go in the first half. A 2-yard run by Denzel Cochran. Duncan completed a 2-point conversion pass to Jeter, and it was 44-0. 4:38 remaining. Duncan completed the shovel pass to Jones for 12 yards. It was a touchdown, and Max Reiner got the 2-point conversion run. It was 52-0. Then with 2:52 remaining, Braden Holdhouse scored from 2 yards out, and the pass failed, and it was 58-0 at the half. That's how we got there. We do have a great interview from MDH to play here at the half. We'll play that right now, and we'll be back here in about 6 or 7 minutes with more action from Spoon River Valley High School right after a word from MDH.
All right, welcome back. We're here now with Wanda Foster, the Vice President of Nursing and Clinical Administration. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Well, what we're going to talk about today is some of the opportunities that are available at MDH for students, whether they be high school students, Spoon River College students, or Western students. MDH has a lot of opportunities to be involved and to learn, right?
We absolutely do. And we look so forward to having students here. We are a clinical site for Western Illinois University and their bachelor's program for nursing, as well as for Spoon River College nursing students and others that are doing some independent study. We welcome students, and we also encourage high school students. If you would like to learn more about nursing, we would love to meet with you. And there are opportunities at the hospital also where they can apply for jobs here, for positions. So we work closely with our nursing students, and we hope to recruit them and attract them and want to come back.
I know that publicly there's been a shortcoming or a shortage of nurses, right? And I know that every hospital and every nursing home and every clinical place period is searching for nurses. So how important is it for MDH to have these groups work with them, whether it be MDH or be Spoon River College or whatever the case may be? How important is it for MDH to then recruit those nurses to stay here and work as a profession?
It's very important. We want nursing students to feel very comfortable here, to enjoy their clinical experience and their opportunities here. And then we want them to feel very comfortable, to give them a good orientation. We hire new graduates, of course, into our acute care area as well as the intensive care unit. We hire new graduates in the emergency room, in home health and hospice, in our OB department, and our surgery department. These are all areas that new graduates can come into. We certainly give them a robust orientation. No one starts on their own until they feel completely ready. They have a mentor certainly with them, and we want to give them the best start for success that we can. And then there are many areas of specialty they can choose to go into. Nursing is a very unique field. You can work full-time, you can work part-time if you need to take time off for some reason. It's a field that you can kind of step into a little bit more than maybe some other fields in healthcare. We also have scholarships available through our auxiliary, through the hospital, and then once someone is an employee here, we do have some tuition reimbursement. So we will certainly help with that.
And going back to the scholarships and the shortages that are across the board, not necessarily at MDH, but everywhere.
Everywhere.
Right? So everywhere. this is a profession that you can make a good living at and be pretty sure to have a job, right? So
absolutely.
This is a profession that high schoolers that are playing these sporting events or high schoolers that are watching these sporting events should consider, I would imagine.
Yes, very much so. You will always be assured to have a job, a career in nursing. I hate to call it just a job because you really want someone on that career path who has that passion for caring for people, for providing nursing care through your education.
Whether the money's good or bad, there's always going to be a job.
There will.
If you can get through the schooling and you can learn to love what you're doing, there's always going to be a job for you, right?
And it's not something for high school graduates exclusively. We have many people who have made changes midlife. We have people who have retired from their career in one thing and have chosen to go into nursing. So it's open for any age, and we certainly welcome that.
And you mentioned there's different areas of expertise for nurses. People think of that for doctors, but it's really that same way for nurses, right? I mean, you can be a surgical nurse and really become a great surgical nurse, or you can become a great ICU nurse, or you can do all those things.
Yes.
But if you really want to focus on something or be at OB, which you guys have a great OB department here, if that's what you want your focus to be and you really love working with expected and new mothers and young babies, you can do that, right?
You can do that. We also have positions in our MDH physician clinic practices as well. And if you are in nursing and you can choose to specialize in a certain department, you can choose to go on and be a director or a clinical care coordinator. You can go back to school and become a nurse practitioner, become a certified registered nurse anesthetist. You can go many different directions and really as high as to whatever extent in your education you would like to pursue.
Well, Wanda, thanks for coming and talking to us. We greatly appreciate it. I know that there's probably specific places within MDH that they can reach out to, correct? Is there somewhere that they need to call if they're interested?
I would call our human resource department and start there, and then they can help direct and guide you. They can tell you about openings that we currently have. All of our current positions are listed on our MDH website, www.mdh.org. But certainly any positions for high school students, if they would like to start somewhere within the organization or volunteer experience, reach out to Human Resources and they can help direct you.
Well, again, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
All right, welcome back here to Spoon River Valley High Schools. One of the cool things during that interview, if you folks were kind enough to listen, MDH has got a lot of opportunities. And, of course, if you want a position in the future that's always going to be something there for you and you're always going to have a job, the medical field, being a nurse or working at one of the hospitals would be a great place. And MDH is very good about working with young students, whether they be high school or college students from Western or SRC. So we're happy to have WIU on board as a new sponsor here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, and they work together with the McDonough District Hospital quite regularly. For the first time, we've been doing football games for, all year, obviously this year, but TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH has been doing games for quite some time, and this is our third football, and I use that term loosely because the first year was 6 games, but our third football season, and John Burton has ran the camera. He's our best sideline guy with the camera too, but this is the first time that we've got John Burton under a headset for a football game. And John, it's the kind of game that you can feel like you could talk about, or what?
I mean, I figured I'd just come on, try to spice things up a little bit. You guys look like you were having a great time over here, so.
Oh, we're always having a great time.
Yeah.
Anytime the team you're covering is up 58-0 at halftime, the problem with those games is you tend to stop talking about football so much and start talking about anything and everything that might be going on in the world or otherwise, and that's the kind of what we'll expect. Now, the cool thing about it is there will be a lot of kids playing here in the second half.
Yeah, there will be a lot of kids in the future that you'll be seeing starting in Macomb High School. As we said earlier, there's going to be a new quarterback in after Jack's gone. So Brandon Holthouse is going to have to come out and show that he's the future of Macomb High football, and he needs to show that.
Barkley might have something to say about that. He's a sophomore.
Barkley, I mean, it's weird because whenever you're in Macomb, it's always a competition. No spot is ever determined. Like JT Jeter, he's an amazing athlete, but if they think that he's not having that great of a practice, guess who's going to go to the bench?
Well, yeah. You brought the 2 women of your life with you tonight.
Yes, I did.
And are they hiding in the car?
I think they went to the car.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe
John brought his mom and his lovely girlfriend Lauren. We should have Lauren run the camera or keep stats or talk or something.
I know you asked her at lunch today to keep stats. Then what was her response to that?
She didn't know how to do it. I said, well, I could show you how. It's just basic math.
And she said?
I didn't hear what she said.
I'm pretty sure she said no.
Yeah, well.
At least she told me that.
I thought you were saying she said something along other than just no. I heard her say no, but I thought maybe she said something besides no.
No extracurriculars were going on.
So 2 minutes to go in the 3-minute warm-up period that's added to the halftime. And, John, you have seen quite a bit of football now as the single cheerleader is making some noise again here. And he's having fun, though. And that's what high school football is about, right? Even if your team's not winning or you're having some problems, you go out and have fun and enjoy yourself and let the kids know you're here to support them.
Yeah, and I think I heard him say over there that this is their last home game here this year. So you always got to get the crowd into it, get the fans into it. But it was a rough first half for this Miners team. But, there's the second half to be played. We'll see what happens, I guess. But should be a quick one, I would assume.
Yeah, clock will be running the entire time, and see what happens with that. But you would imagine that the Bombers will play all fresh soft / junior varsity type team here. So Braden Holthouse, I think, will get a lot more snaps the way it sounds talking to Coach Horrell. I don't think we're going to take the time to talk to Coach Horrell tonight. I don't know what that first half went so. I mean, John, you do a lot of these. You do volleyball, and you're going to do basketball, and you're involved in a lot of these interviews. Games like this, I mean, yeah, you won, and it's exciting to be a winner, but there's not a whole lot you can talk about after a first half like that.
No, I mean, there's not really a whole lot to go into. I mean, Macomb just came out here, and I'll say something if anybody out there is following. One, Hans Niemann, this whole chess thing that's going on right now, the chess speaks for itself. The football spoke for itself in that first half for this Macomb team. I don't think there's any extra words that need to be said from Coach Horrell after this one.
No, and funny you point that out. Did you know that old Tegan here brought up some chess analogies in the first half?
I did not hear that.
Yeah, he
the bishop goes sideways, and JT's the queen because he goes everywhere.
That's what he said. I said, I don't know if JT's going to really like being called the queen unless you clarify what the analogy is used.
He's royalty. In that case.
Yeah, he is royalty. That is for sure. So it's going to be a quick second half, I would imagine. Clock will run. The key now is to make sure we don't score a lot of touchdowns. touchdowns and timeouts the only thing that stopped the clock here, so we don't want to score a lot of touchdowns.
Or you don't want to get a player injured. I mean,
Right.
that's another huge
I was talking
concern.
about just in the idea of keeping the game moving, but you're exactly right. That's the whole – you're exactly right, and that's part of the reason why this rule is in place, right, is for the clock to keep running and less chance to get injuries and so on, right?
Right, yeah, and it's nothing to do with, like, the other team. It's just, like, you don't want to have, say, like, a very key player that you might need down the line end up getting hurt in the middle of a game where it's not where it's a pretty high deficit to really come back from, so it's just there to protect people.
Now the key is John's use. You might wonder, can John run the camera and talk? John runs the camera all the time with Greg Phelps in volleyball and basketball and talks on the regular, so it shouldn't be a problem, right?
I would hope not. Football shouldn't be much different, I wouldn't imagine.
Ian Case on to kick off again for the Bombers as the Miners start the second half with the football. As we're ready to go here. And the young man recording for the Bombers, I think, got here just in time. Maybe.
Those nachos smell wonderful.
I am kind of hungry. That our Friday meeting at Gelsosimo's was a long time ago, it seems like.
Yeah.
Ian Case's kick is going to roll left, and the Bombers might have a chance to get it, and they do, but he's out of bounds, I think. Yep, the flag is. He got it when he was out of bounds. Drew Watson couldn't get to it before it rolled out of bounds. Just barely. It's going to be 1st and 10 somewhere. I think it'll be at the 35-yard line. It will be. And that ball was what, John, a yard or two out of bounds?
Yeah, it wasn't very far. That could have been a wild start to this second half, and a game that already feels out of reach. Giving up that on the kickoff would have been something to see. But luckily for the Miners, that one's just going to roll a little bit out of bounds.
Yeah, got out of bounds just in time, as a matter of fact. Just underway, third quarter, 11:15 to go. Clock is running. It was running that entire time there, folks. So full house backfield behind Clary. One wide near and one wide far. Handoff to the third back is going to come near side. That is Arnett, I do believe. And he's going to go for a gain of 11 or 12.
Josh Arnett takes it around the right
Going to be a first down for LVC.
That should be enough for a minor.
Well, where are they marking it? Just a gain of 10. They marked it back, but they're going to give him a first down. 10 yards on the carry. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line for the Miners. Keep wanting to call them Wildcats and Indians, and because it's North Fulton Wildcats and Lewiston Indians.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many names with these co-op teams that sometimes you just get a little bit mixed up.
I'm wearing a Sparklones jersey or sweatshirt. That's one that's not around anymore.
That's a throwback.
That is a throwback. Handoff's going to go up the middle, first back through. That's number 41. The would-be lineman is turned running back, Jaden Kelch. He's going to go for a gain of 3, 2nd and 7 for the Miners. 9:58 to go in the third quarter. For those watching at Sports Corner, the the South Spoon River Valley field crew didn't leave the grass 6 inches long.
Yeah.
It is a nice, short, well-trimmed field here tonight.
Yeah, I'll say this: the best types of fields to play on are usually these. And as someone that's didn't get to play on that senior year, I'm at least glad these people got to.
Third back through again, Arnett. Gain of 2 or 3. We'll see where they mark it.
Picks up a couple yards.
It's going to be 3rd and 5. 3rd and 4. Gain of 3. Gain of 3, 3rd and 4.
It'll be third down
for the Miners. Clock still running. Approaching 9 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Interesting to note, Malachi Butler-Grissom, the starter, is still out there on defense. Maybe they think that they want to get him a little bit more experience, but it's getting a little bit late in the season. So maybe they want him to work on his endurance a lot more.
Sam McClure is out there as well, number 61.
Denzel Cochran's back at safety, actually.
Cohen Green is the cornerback near side. Clary's going to roll left. He's going to tuck it. He's going to have a first down and more. Around left side, he's going to go for a big gain. From the 48-yard line. From the 48, a nice gain down near the 30. See where they mark it here.
Probably gain of like
15 yards on the carry. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line of the Bombers. 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Still a little bit of wind out here.
Yeah.
I suddenly got really cold. I'm not real sure why.
So I noticed that. You got bouncing around
Yeah.
now instead of sitting down.
I was sitting down earlier and warmer. Maybe it's because I'm standing up. I got more surface area to get cold air blown at me. I don't know.
Your blood cools down a lot.
I'll tell you, Dwayne, surface area is not your problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got too much catching cold. That's the problem.
That kind of looked like a false start there.
McAllister goes left side. He's got running room, and he's going to go close to a first down carry.
Quentin McAllister, the carrier for the Miners.
Gain of 9, 2nd down and 1. 7:20 remaining in the third quarter.
Pick up at 9 yards. It'll be 2nd and short.
I'll say this. They've effectively ran the ball well against this Bomber defense so far.
Yeah, they're getting outside. The Bombers up the middle are still able to hold, but they're taking advantage of maybe some lack of Bomber speed on the line and the linebackers not being able to flow as well as the starters and getting around to the corners a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes when you get those lengthy DNs, they're not as fast as someone who is a little bit skinnier.
Handoff's going to go to Kelch, left side. He'll have the first down and more. Out of bounds he goes. Good blocking downfield there. You might have seen on the right side of your screen. Kelch is going to go for a gain of 5. 1st and 10 Miners with 6:33 remaining in the third quarter. So the Miners have had the ball the entire quarter here. Over half the quarter is gone, and the Miners have had the football the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference when you see, because Macomb has a lot of more athletes than some of these smaller schools have, and you see it here. Like when you see they're evenly matched against this team, it's all about athleticism, and eventually this team will have that.
And now it's going to go to, nope, it's going to be a option, pitch out near side to Arnett, and he's going to be dropped down. He's going to slip pretty much and be tackled by Cochran, who came up to make the stop, but he almost got the tackle by chance, not by effectiveness. He just slipped and fell in front of him. Gain of 2 for Arnett. 2nd down and 8, 5:30 remaining. Just about a minute per play is going by here, so they're taking full advantage of the clock too. Yeah. Clary from the pistol again. This is more Rodis-esque offense that you're used to seeing if you're from BPC. Clary's going to keep it. He rolls left, got a lot of running room. Wide open down the left side. He's going to go close to the end zone, and he might be in. It is a touchdown run from the 16-yard line, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Miners have their first points of the game. I lost my pencil.
You can borrow mine.
Oh, I know where my pencil is.
Now you remember.
I think I know where my pencil is.
Sounds like he's just trying to steal your pencil.
I found my pencil. I found my pencil, Tegan. You can keep it.
Wow.
Sorry about that, Tegan.
Just when I try to be a pal.
You were. I appreciate the gesture.
Pizza pals.
Pizza pals. Yeah.
Yeah. I said never to say that again.
Well,
it's going to be the option again. Keeps it. Looking for McAllister. The ball's down, and it's going to be no good on the run.
Conversion is no good. With 4:10 remaining in the third quarter.
4:12.
Miners 6.
16-yard touchdown run by McAllister, right?
Mm-hmm. 18-yard run.
18-yard run?
Yep.
Run failed. And it's 58-6. This game being brought to you by M&B Furniture. Bushnell's only furniture store, M&B Furniture, is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles. For everything you need to furnish a new home or replenish an old one, stop and see the fine folks at 41 West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at www.m&bfurnitureiinc.com. That's INC for Incorporated. For anybody keeping score at home, you can also call 309-772-2111. Also, Community News Brief for all your local news. Subscribe to the Community News Brief Weekly Edition, mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option, you can also receive Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All this for $42 per year, $38 per year if you're 65 or older. Single copies can be purchased at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, Blandonsville, and, of course, Macomb.
Yeah, this is their second time kicking off right now.
Kicked off to open the game, and they're kicking off after the first possession of the second half. The clock, they left the clock running.
I was going to say, I thought they were supposed to stop the clock, even though it is running clock after the touchdown, but the clock has been running the whole time. Yeah, I think the scoreboard keepers want to get out of here, too.
Yeah, usually that doesn't well, they can score as much as they want to, I guess. They're going to do that. I don't really know how much time. If they left that running during the point after attempt, I don't know how much. And that is Braden Holdhouse on the knee
takes the kickoff for the Bombers.
as he doesn't want to return it.
At the 30, where it'll be 1st and 10.
He is also taking a business decision.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that Coach Horrell probably told him we're not going to try to run back kicks. We're not going to try to do anything more here than we have to do.
Right.
Now they'll I'm sure they'll let the offense here do what they can. Obviously, you got subs in, so you put them in there to do what they need to do, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got to see what they're going to do in the future. After all, we said earlier,
these are the future. Oh, there goes my stat sheet. Can you grab that for me, John?
This is the future.
I can't grab it. I literally can't grab it. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Thank you, sir. Just in time for the play to start. Holdhouse going to take the snap, handoff. Going to go
Charlie Hernandez.
You go for short gain, maybe.
Charlie Hernandez, the ball carrier for the Bombers.
Or no gain.
Caden Johnson and Quentin McAllister in on the tackle for the Miners. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
1 minute remaining in the third quarter.
Yep.
2 setbacks, one to each side of Holdhouse in the backfield, a wide receiver far and a wide receiver near. And then a flanker as well. Handoff's going to go near side. Is that Hernandez again?
Yep.
It is. He slide steps one, but then gets dropped near the line of scrimmage again.
And that'll probably take us to the fourth quarter.
Lose a couple of yards.
Loss on the play, make it 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12, and they don't have to snap it again, I do not believe.
Nope.
That'll bring quarter number 3 to a close. Five seconds remaining. Neither team's going to do anything. It's going to be quarter number 4. This game being brought to you by King Family Chiropractic. King Family Chiropractic with locations in Bushnell and Macomb supports Macomb athletics. They offer office hours in Macomb Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and in Bushnell Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. To set an appointment, call 309-837-MY-DC. That's 6932. They also perform DOT and CDL physicals. Game being brought to you by McDonough District Hospital. Thanks for voting McDonough District Hospital's Rehabilitation Center as best of the best in McDonough County. Let their experienced and dedicated sports medicine and rehabilitation staff show you why MDH has been voted best of the best in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, and again in 2021. 3 convenient locations to serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell. And Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.lbsellscars.com to check out their inventory. And they've already started the clock again. They did wait for him to get on the field this time, though.
Yep.
As soon as they blew the whistle, they started the clock. And Bombers going to take as much of that 30 seconds, I believe, as they can. Holthouse still in at quarterback. Going to bring the two running backs up beside him. It should be 25 seconds in. Long, high snap. Holthouse is going to roll right, throws into the flat. Nice completion. And the Bombers are going to get a Sports Corner first down and more. A completion to number 12. That's Jack Beal. Jack Beal gets the completion. Braden Holthouse.
To Jack Beal. 20 yardage for a Bomber first down.
Gain of 16, 18 on the carry, or on the pass.
Snap was a little bit high there, but he was able to make a good play out of it, and it was some nice footwork by Mr. Beal there.
Yeah, he did a good job of turning that in. He didn't get that from his dad. Still running down as much clock as they can there. Handoff's going to go to the second back through. That's Hernandez, and he's going to go for maybe a 1 yard gain. Big pile trying to get up there. It is 18, right?
Yep.
Hernandez, the ball carrier for the Bombers. Jaden Kelch and Caden Shago.
Gave him a gain of 1. Brings him to negative 1 yard on 3 carries.
So, John, are you noticing anything on the camera that we're not noticing on the field?
No. I think everything that needs to be said has already been said about this game. I mean, Macomb, like you said, they're just running the clock down right now. Holthouse gets another high snap, but that's going to
Hernandez is going to take the loss just because he was there to get the ball. Holthouse is the first one to pick him up and say thank you for taking the loss. Going to lose 8 on the play. Actually, a loss of 9.
Loss on the play. That'll make it 3rd and long.
He's got negative 10, and that one's not his fault. Yeah. High snaps here have been a problem. And when you're coming in cold and it's your first cold game, there's a lot of things going into it. A long snap is not the easiest thing in the world to do anyway.
Yeah, I mean, snapping in general isn't easy to do. I mean, you have to find the perfect time to snap, too, because if you do it too late, then it goes too high. If you do it too early, then it just rolls in the dirt. You got to find that perfect area.
Release point, right?
Yep.
That was a good snap there. Holthouse going to throw left, and it's overthrown, intended for number 24, Daniel Taylor. That's the first incompletion of the night.
Well, for Macomb.
What did I say?
You said the first incompletion tonight.
For Macomb, yeah. Sorry. Did I say anybody?
You said you didn't
say
say
tonight? Okay.
Yeah.
I knew what I meant. They know Macomb has the football taken. They're watching too. Right, John?
I would hope. I don't know. There might be a lot of people that fall asleep, to be honest.
Not listening because I'm talking. They probably did fall asleep. You're exactly right.
That's why I'm there to wake people up.
Is that it?
Yeah.
They're trying to keep you on your toes, Delane.
4th and about 19. Holthouse is going to run down as much time as it can.
It's Holthouse back to punt.
Are they punting? It is a punt. It's blocked. Kicked around. Dropped. That was a quick kick kind of formation, though. He wasn't back far enough to really punt that. It's not surprised it got blocked. I thought they were in a passing formation because of where he was at, but he did try to punt it.
Over 1st and 10.
Yeah.
From the Bomber 37.
1st and 10 from the 37 for the Miners. Bombers into the field. 7:45 remaining here in the football game, and this has been a very quick second half.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, when they said running clock, they definitely meant it. The clock has not stopped.
That clock is running a marathon at this point.
You're exactly right.
No rest breaks here. Had plenty of those in the first half. Clary's going to hand off. McAllister's got some running room around the left side. Going to be brought down.
Quentin McAllister down to about the 15.
Number 53, Jeffrey Lee, and number 30, Jaron Petty on the stop for the Bombers, but it's a first down for the Miners. 7:05 remaining, and they have it 1st and 10 inside the 20 at about the 17-yard line.
That was a gain of how many?
I don't think it matters anymore.
17.
17 sounds good, yeah. That's your job to pay attention, not me.
Look, it's hard to see from an angle, you know.
We should give him a headset. You want a headset too?
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, well, we'll get you. We got another one. We got room, buddy. We'll put you in here.
We'll put you on the clock.
Yeah, on the clock, but I doubt he's going to get paid.
There's Arnett on the carry. He's going to bounce it outside. He's got some running room. He's going to have another first down and possibly a touchdown, and he will. A 17-yard touchdown run.
Carries for a Miner touchdown.
How much time was left when he scored that? Oops.
I would basically say about 6:20.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, I broke my mouse. 6:20, fourth quarter.
It's hard to tell. You know, the clock's still
Was
running.
Was that McAllister?
Yep. No, it was Arnett.
Number 7. 17-yard run. Full house backfield again behind Clary. And it's going to be.
Now you're dropping things.
Kelch is going to get the 2-point run.
Bombers 58, Miners 14.
58-14 now. Is the mouse going to work? Yep. Oh, lost the bottom, didn't I? Bottom pops off these so easy.
Yep.
We'll take a break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH in just a few seconds.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back. As catastrophe averted, John was able to see the bottom of the mouse that falls off every time I knock this mouse off, one of these mice off. They're not the, as my buddy Johnny Miller pointed out at one of the harness racing events that we do, those aren't the most high-end mice that you can find, are they? I was like, no, they're not.
I'll say this, John bailing out Dwayne as usual.
Yeah, he does bail me out a lot, don't you, John?
I try to as much as I can, Dwayne.
That way you can use it later against you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Building up that good karma.
Here's the kick. High. Hernandez, I believe, catches it, downs it, and Ferguson goes flying over the top of him.
The 36, where the Bombers will take over first.
Clock still running, 3:35 to go. And again, we're not going to stay here very long, folks. Probably we won't even do a whole lot on stats because there hasn't been a lot of stats here in the second half. Clock has ran so fast. We'll probably just close down and get out of here, see if we can catch Coach Horo maybe one night this week before the Havana game next week, right?
Yeah.
Havana next week, and then Illini West to end the season at Illini West. So next week's senior night, we'll have that stuff on video for you next week. John will be at camera. It'll be a short road trip next week right out to Macomb High. You can handle that, can't you, John?
I think so. I'm getting tired of these long drives out here. I shouldn't say that. There's been a lot worse drives that could have been had.
Yeah, the 8-man goes a lot farther than these guys do.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
I mean,
everybody's running players in late. Another high snap. Holthouse is going to keep it this time. Rolls around left side. He's got a ton of running room. He breaks one tackle. He's deep into territory. Runs over another guy down to the 20. He goes from the 36.
Holthouse carries for the Bombers.
To about the 36. No, the 26.
See where they mark it here. So 14.
They got about 40 yards on the play. That'll make it first and 10 for the Bombers.
He's down to the 20.
Yeah.
Inside the minor 20.
46 yards on the 44 yards on the carry.
Well, I guess the question is,
a Sports Corner first down, and I don't know if I've stopped keeping track or if they really only had 4. But they haven't had very many Sports Corner first downs. They're trying to get a Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown before they end things here, but now they're going to go into the I formation and just take the knee, I would imagine. Run as much clock off. If that's the case, they'll have to do at least 2 knees.
Yep.
There's the first one. I don't know if they can get down far enough here, see where they start waving the arm and where they set the ball, but the official waits long enough, he can make it only need one more snap, and I think that's what he did, stood over the ball for a few seconds just so they can only need, if they get down below 40 seconds, they can not have to snap it again.
Yep.
As we'll see, as the Bombers are lining up at the 50 already, ready to do the handshake. They are going to make, they surely are going to make them, nope, they're not going to get there. They're going to have to run another play, I think. Maybe they can wait long enough to.
Valiant effort by the Miners. I mean, there's only so much you can do against that Macomb defense, and they tried their best, and that's the best thing you can do.
Stop the clock. Timeout, Black.
Timeout, LVC.
38.7 seconds left. LVC takes a timeout. 3rd down and 12. And we'll tell you this game being brought to you. Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling since 1960. Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales, service, and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local Carrier dealer today at 309-833-2852 and find out how Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling delivers 365 days of indoor comfort. And the Old Dairy, located at 210 South Lafayette Street in Macomb, serving soup, salads, sandwiches, homemade desserts, Blue Bunny ice cream, and has a full-service coffee bar. Breakfast served all day, and they have free Wi-Fi as well. Visit them online at www.olddairymacomb.com. Call 309-837-6700 for your takeouts.
I think they're putting in all the seniors on this last play here. That's why they call timeout.
And they take a knee. And I do believe you are correct, Tegan. I think that's what they did. That'll be the last play of the game. Bombers are going to get a 58-14 win. And they'll head home for senior night next Friday night against the Havana Ducks. TSSR Game Time Live will be there as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bombers sports all season long to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We'll show the handshake here as we get ready to.
That will take us to the end of the game. Your final score, Bombers 58, Miners 14.
The clock officially runs out. Final score, 58-14. Bombers get a win over LVC. And the seniors from LVC playing their last home game. The Bombers seniors play their last home game next Friday. So I know that you'll want to come watch the game, or you want to watch the game here on TSSR Game Time Live, but come out and support the kids. Come out and see it in person. We'll have John there on the camera, so you know the camera work will be good. You can go back and watch it later, right, John?
That's what I shoot for, Dwayne.
Yeah, I figured as much. How about Tegan, before we head out, what do you think?
I mean, overall for this game, LVC did their best, and unfortunately, like we said in the past, sometimes your best isn't enough. Going into next week, Macomb goes up against Havana, which last time they played them was a really sloppy game, but this time Macomb's just a much better team, and Havana, we'll have to see how they perform against them. Other than that, I'm ready for senior night, and I'm hoping for a big turnout for a lot of people.
Well, for John Burton on camera, for Tegan Perry on color commentary and some LVC stats, I'm Dwayne Hulett. Thanks for joining us. We're going to get out of here quick tonight. It's a little cool, and that'll be about do it. That should be enough. Don't you guys think that's enough?
I mean, I think that's enough. I think
we're ready to go. If I'm freezing my butt off out here, my fingers are starting to get really cold.
Fingers are numb. Tips are numb. Fingertips get numb. That means it's time to quit.
I think so.
So we'll be back tomorrow or next Friday night with Bombers and Havana. We got volleyball all week long as well. And if you didn't watch it, go back and watch the Q&D Macomb High volleyball game. It was legit, folks. It was phenomenal. So for John Burton, for Tegan Perry, I'm Dwayne Hulett. Thanks for joining us here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bombers sports all season long.